Hello, I haven't done a video in a long time, but I am making an effort to get back into it. Probably starting next week, I'll work toward getting my QuickBooks certification videos back up and running. But this first video I wanted to do, getting back into the swing of things, is on budgeting skills. So let me share that with you. All right, so how to stretch your money. And I think this is really important right now because, with the economy the way it is and next year, us possibly getting into a recession, we're actually only at a 3.7 inflation rate. Last year at this time, look at these numbers. We were at 9%, then 8.5 to 8.26 last year at this time. It slowly started going back down. We were at 2.97 of June of this year, and now we're going slowly back up. But if you're following financial analysts and economists, they're saying that we are looking at possibly getting into a recession in the United States at somewhere in 2024, maybe in the beginning or in the middle of the year, and that the inflation rate will go back up. So with that, I wanted to go over budgeting and spending wisely. So you want to have goals, all right? The first step is you want to make a budget for yourself. And in making a budget, you need to look at what do you spend your money on. So you want to make a list of wants and needs, and then you're also going to make a list of every dollar you spend on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So once you figure out how much money you spend, you take all those items and you put them under two columns. You have wants and then you have needs. Needs would be all the essential that you have to have in life. Food, electricity, shelter, so you have to pay your mortgage or your rent. So all those things are needs. You have to do those things. You have to pay those things to survive. And then you have your wants. Going out with your friends for a beer, or going out to dinner with your loved ones, or whatever it may be, going to the movies, entertainment, and so on. So if you're not willing to give up some of those things on that want side, then you might want to look into getting a side job or working overtime in the next year or two. So you're going to look at the costs of your wants. And the wants we're talking about is going out to eat, drinking wine, smoking cigarettes, playing video games, etc. You're going to add all that you spend on a weekly or monthly basis, and then you're going to look at, I'd like it at a weekly basis, and then you're going to look at how much money you spend on those things. So maybe you go out to eat once a week with your spouse, you spend $100, or you smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a week, and it comes out to $22. And then you look at your extracurricular activities, and on average, you spend about $58 a week. Altogether, that's $180. So let's say you're making $20 an hour. That means you need to work another 9 hours at a side hustle job at $20 an hour, or 6 hours of overtime would give you $30 an hour at $180. So you want to budget yourself so you're actually working toward covering your wants. Another thing you want to look at is bargain shopping. So we have coupons out here, or apps that allow you to do digital couponing or downloading coupons. A good thing with shopping, I think, is comparing weekly ads to price clubs. I have some friends that always go to BJ's and Sam's Club, and I say, okay, yeah, they have some good deals, but I wouldn't do all my shopping there. Because if you look at the local supermarkets, you have some great deals every week in their weekly ads. I wouldn't go to just one store. I would map myself out that you're not spending a lot of gas, but that, if you're going to work and one's down the block and it's on the way back home, stop and get what's on sale there for that week. Another thing you want to do is look at thrift stores and consignment shops. They have some great gently used clothes and houseware items instead of buying new all the time from Target or Walmart or wherever you go, because there's some great stuff out there that we could recycle. It also helps the environment and not sitting in a lifetime at a dump. Facebook Marketplace. I love this. I was thinking of doing a video on it because I make quite a bit of money because I sell things, but then I also buy things on Facebook Marketplace. Buy in bulk and properly store your items. So you can get a 20-pound bag of rice, and if you properly store it, it can last you the whole year depending on how much you eat, of rice. I eat rice often, so this wouldn't last me that long, but I do have a storage container that I'm able to use it and put it on. If you don't eat a lot of rice, then maybe getting small storage containers and putting them up. Also, if you're going to get toilet paper, get a 20-pack toilet paper. And again, you're looking at that weekly ad versus the bargain stores and see what the best buy is for these items. Freezing vegetables and fruits that are on sale, or that if you bought them, don't throw them out. Chop them up, put them in a bag, and put them in your freezer. You can make a shake with it later, or you can make desserts. So don't throw out, and buy in bulk. Properly store those items that you are buying in bulk. Learn how to trade off. So, if you're a snacker, and you go, like one of the things here at my job, we have vending machines out here. We have a whole room full of them, and sodas are like $2-3, and a bag of chips is $2. That costs a lot if you're doing that on a daily basis. So keep a bag of trail mix or cookies at your desk, or in your book bag if you're going to school, or in your car if you travel a lot. Smoking cigarettes. I have a friend who spends a lot on cigarettes, and I said, when are you going to stop? You said you were going to stop. It costs a lot of money, and she lives in New York City, and she said to me, it's stressful. My life is stressful. I work a lot. I'm always on the run. I need to smoke. You know what? Maybe look into other alternatives that can help you with stress, like yoga. That's free, and you can go and look up YouTube videos and do yoga in your living room. Date nights. Instead of going out to eat, or instead of going out with your friends, maybe cook a meal together. Make it a fun event. Local errands. If you find yourself every day, you work at home, but you're always going out and do things, maybe walk or use your bike instead of driving and wasting money on gas and mileage. Also, instead of driving everywhere, carpool to work or school or events. I do that with the other mothers at my school. My son is in different, sports or activities, and I ask the other parent, do you want to carpool? And we trade off. I go on every Monday, and then the other parents, for the other nights, pick up. And so I save money that way. I'm not, time and money. Be conservative with your needs. So I have a few people that have asked me to help them in budgeting, and I noticed, you have a 2-bedroom or you have a 3-bedroom. Now, some of them own their house, so rent a room out of your house. But if you don't, and you have an apartment and you have a lease or something, get a roommate. Or downsize. If you have a lease that's coming up, downsize to a studio apartment and live in a studio apartment for a couple of years. Save up your money. One of the things I do in my house is keep my heat at 68. I never go above 68. Use your fireplace for heat. Wear extra layers of clothing during the winter. Use expensive goods sparingly, like paper towels, Tide detergent, Versace perfume, or having steak night. Those things should be sparingly, especially now with the situation of us possibly going into recession. You should not be having shrimp and steak dinners every night. So this should be sparingly spent on. Unplug unused electronics. Explore alternative power sources. Some people are looking into wind technology. You also have solar panels. If you're at home during the day, open the curtains. Let the light in. At night, use candles. I went on Facebook Marketplace one day and saw somebody was giving away a whole bunch of candles. They were opened, but they were still good. And then if you have pets or young children, make sure you're cognizant of where you're putting the candles in your house so that you don't start a fire. But candles at night, it has, adds ambiance, and it saves you with electricity. And I know this sounds silly, but these are things I actually do. Charge electronics at work. So if you have a laptop and a tablet and a phone, charge it at work. Charge it at your desk so that when you get out of work, it's fully charged, and when you get home, you're not using your own electricity. I know this sounds silly, but these are things I do, and my electricity bill is very low. And what I talked about today, this is knowledge. Knowledge has no value unless you use it and share it. So if there's anything that I spoke about today that, really hits you, then go ahead and share it with somebody else so that they can also, build on that knowledge. So also, I would love for you in the comments if I've left something out, or if I've, put something here that you disagree, let me know in the comments so we can share our knowledge, or if you have another suggestion based off of something I said, please put it in the comments so I can share it with others. Thank you.